everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be taking a look at Nvidia Broadcast. I'm going to be doing a quick tutorial and going over my review and thoughts on using this free software suite from Nvidia. So let's get right into it. So what is NVIDIA Broadcast and why should you care about it? It's a free software package that allows you to use the power of your RTX graphics card, specifically the tensor cores on it, to intelligently silence out the background noise um, on your that's being captured on your microphone, to blur your background when you're on a video conference call or on a stream. You can use it to replace your background, such creating a green screen effect without a green screen. And you can also use it to auto track your face during a video conference or on a stream. So it's immensely useful to anyone who's in the content creation industry, if you're doing it as a hobby or as a full-time job, and it just makes your life a lot easier. And again, it's kind of like a built-in feature on your graphics card, so that's awesome. Um, so what are the requirements? In order to use the NVIDIA Broadcast app, you do need to have Windows 10 and you need to be running a 64-bit version of the software, which most people are. You're going to need to download the latest version of the NVIDIA Broadcast website app from their website, which will be linked in the description below. And I think it's 1.0.0.33. You're going to need an RTX 20 series card or RTX 30 series card. Obviously, if you have a Titan or a Quadro card, that would be good as well. From what I was reading online, it does run on a GTX base card. It can run on it, but again, I believe the features are somewhat limited. So I don't believe you're going to get the full background blur effect. You might be able to get some of the NVIDIA um, RTX voice features, which aren't as computationally demanding. For RAM, you're going to need 8 gigs or higher, which most computers, you should have at least 16 gigs, I think, at this point in time. And then there's some CPU recommendations and Intel Core i5 8600 or AMD Ryzen R5 2600 or higher. The latest NVIDIA driver. They actually released some important patches for some security vulnerability. So you want to get the latest NVIDIA driver. Um, they had listed 456.38 or higher. And then you're just going to need the internet to download it. So what are some of the pros and cons of using the software? Right now, the number one feature that is it is currently free for anyone to download and utilize if you do have that RTX graphics card. It's going to continue to get better with time as they're adding more features and the implementation of that software becomes better. It could actually save you from buying and setting up a green screen in your room, which can be cumbersome slash annoying, and then also it could be expensive if you get one of those the nicer ones that a lot of the streamers are using that kind of fold up and then you can put it away when you don't need it. And it works well with most video conferencing and editing programs. I found it to work pretty well with Zoom, Google Meet, and right now I'm actually using it to record this video using OBS. So it would be good for you, for those of you who like to stream using that software. Some of the cons is that it's only currently available on NVIDIA hardware, so sorry to the AMD um, for the folks who have AMD hardware right now, specifically the AMD GPUs. And there is a small performance hit when utilizing the broadcast features on your FPS if you're playing a game. But again, it's going to be very noticeable. I would say probably less than like 5%. So it wouldn't be something that you would really notice, and the benefits kind of outweigh the cons. So yeah, without any further explanation, I think if you can just see the software, you'll see how simplistic it is, and then um, you'll understand how to use it. So let's get into that part of this tutorial. Okay, so once you've had a chance to download the software from the website, you're going to be presented with this interface. The first RTX feature that we're going to look at is going to be applied to the microphone. So the first thing you want to do is select your source. I have a USB mic, so I selected that already. And then you want to select the effect. Right now there's only one effect, which is noise removal. Now what is this? What is this going to do for the audio that's captured? As long as it's not your voice, it is going to remove that noise from the audio that the computer receives. So, for example, let's say you're streaming a game and you're, typing on the keyboard, Your phone might go off. Maybe someone rings the doorbell at your house, or maybe your dog is barking. What's going to happen is it's only going to capture your voice, and it's going to take out all of those other effects, giving you a much more presentable and professional sounding audio stream. You can also change the strength of this effect. So I have it turned all the way up. And so what I'm going to be doing right now to demonstrate is I'm going to be recording a sound clip, and I'm going to be typing while I am, or I'm going to be talking while I'm typing on the keyboard. And I'm going to be trying to, press on as many keys as possible just so that effect is emphasized. So here we go. I'm going to hit the record button and I'm going to start typing. So today I'm having a really good day, and I'm just trying to show you that this effect is really awesome and it can help you on your live stream or on your next YouTube video. So I'm gonna hit stop. I'm gonna hit the play button, and let's see if that effect actually worked. So today I'm having a really good day, and I'm just trying to show you that this effect is really awesome and it can help you on your live stream or on your next YouTube video. So I'm gonna hit stop. So as you can see, I was definitely typing on the keyboard. Windows was going crazy and was making the background noise because I was, just typing on all the different keys at the same time. But the important thing to note is you didn't hear any of the keyboard noises, which is really, again, beneficial to when you're doing some kind of recording, and you don't want any of the other background noises to be captured besides your voice. So it's really helpful. Um, it's actually helpful for everybody else who's watching or listening to you stream. Okay, so the next thing is you can actually have these effects applied to your audio source as well. So like, let's just say the person on the other side, let's say you're on a video conference call and you notice that they're having a lot of background noises and it's really bothering you. You can kind of filter your the audio kind of coming from their source. So when you listen to it, you don't hear all of the kind of, you could say, um, white noise. So I tend to leave this off because, again, I want to be able to hear anyone coming from the other side as clearly as possible. And sometimes that background noise is important for different reasons. So I actually have it turned off, but you can, again, select your audio source and then turn it on. And then again, it actually has some different, the software itself has some different sounds that it will play, and it will show you how like the noise removal actually um, works. So you can take a look at that. And the next category that we're going to look at, and this is the most interesting, is the Nvidia broadcast camera set of tools. So the first thing you're going to want to do is select your camera source. Currently, I have the HD Logitech C920 camera, and then you want to set your uh, resolution and frame rate. Again, you may want to lower the resolution if you're kind of concerned about the your bandwidth right now, but I'm good since this is just a recorded clip. And then there's a bunch of effects that you could choose from. So the first one you could do is just called a background blur. So what this is going to do is just going to take your background and it's going to blur it. And then there's a strength meter. So let's say I want it really blurred. It's going to make it, again, a little bit more blurry. I wouldn't say it's like significantly more blurry. Um, you could do background replacement, which is pretty cool. In this case, you could select an image or a video, and then it's going to replace your background with that image. And I find it fairly strong um, in terms of its effect. So, for example, I'm just going to select the image, and I actually have one from Assassin's Creed. So, as you can see, I'm well immersed in this background, and again, I do not have a green screen right now. It's just using the um, the tensor cores on the graphics card to intelligently detect where my face is and where my chair is, and then to blend it in with the background, which is pretty impressive. Again, saving you some money in case you don't, own a green screen or have some green cardboard paper lying around. Um, Background removal does pretty much the same thing. I find that this one, works pretty well for the most part. And again, this can be incorporated into, you might want to just have a black background like it is right now. So that way, whenever you're using OBS, there will already be either your desktop or the game that you're playing, or whatever else, other content that you might want to be showing already there. So I find the background removal is pretty good. And then auto frame is another useful tool in the sense that as you move, the camera will move with you. And this is kind of helpful in the sense that, let's say you're on a video call, and for example, I have my C920 on top of my monitor, and sometimes it feels unnatural when you're talking to somebody to always look directly at the camera. It's just because it's above your monitor. So you might be looking from this, you might be looking at the side of the monitor, or the bottom or wherever, and the camera will kind of move with you. So again, it could be a little disorienting for the other person, but I find it's helpful to because it feels like you have basically another person in the room with you who's kind of tracking you as you're speaking, and it can really help the person who's listening to you see that you are paying attention and that you are interested in what they have to say. So I just find that to be helpful. And yeah, so that's kind of NVIDIA broadcast in a nutshell. I find that this tool is really helpful to use, and I think that you're going to have a really good time utilizing it. Again, it's pretty straightforward, nothing really deep here in terms of how the software works. Um, and again, you can click the gear icon, will open up settings. I'm running the latest version, and again, I have it set to auto launch, so when Windows starts, it pops up as well. And then again, in whatever app that you're going to be using, whether it be Google Meet, Zoom, etc., you just want to make sure when you click the source for the video, you're choosing NVIDIA broadcast for your camera, and then for your microphone, you're choosing NVIDIA RTX voice. And that's pretty much it. Um, so again, I hope you guys enjoyed this like very short tutorial and quick review. I just thought it was a really helpful piece of software that might help you guys out as you guys are making your videos. I'm actually using both the RTX voice and the RTX you can say the video component of RTX broadcast to film this, and I've used it in my last couple videos as well. So again, just a shout out to Nvidia for making this great piece of software. And again, if you have a RTX graphics card, you have nothing to lose. It's pretty awesome. And it can actually save you some money on not having to pay for a green screen. And also, even if you have a lower quality mic, it actually might improve the quality of your recordings for whatever it might be that you're using it for. So again, I will um, be pumping out hopefully some more content as I find some interesting things to make videos about. But then also, I would love for you guys to let me know what you guys think about RTX NVIDIA broadcast, and if you're using it in the comments below, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.